In 1959, within the sacred walls of his cell, Padre Pio called upon three of his most trusted Capuchin brothers. It wasn't just a meeting, it was a consecration. He closed the door, took his seat, and spoke words that would remain locked away for decades. He said to us, and I quote, "What I am about to confide in you cannot be repeated, not now. The world isn't ready." But he continued, "One day, when the signs are undeniable, someone must speak." That night, Padre Pio revealed the secrets the Virgin Mary had entrusted to him, secrets about the end times, prophecies so disturbing, so powerful, that these three monks kept silent for decades. One of them, Brother Modestino, finally spoke before his passing in 1995, and what he revealed will forever change your understanding of the era in which we live. But before we delve deeper, you must understand something absolutely crucial. Padre Pio wasn't just any visionary. He wasn't simply imagining things or interpreting dreams. No, he possessed a direct, physical, tangible connection to the spiritual realm. The stigmata on his hands and feet served as permanent proof. The scent of roses that often surrounded him was a clear sign of Mary's presence. And above all, he could see the invisible. He saw the souls of the departed. He witnessed angels. He confronted demons. And yes, he saw Mary herself, who visited him regularly, entrusting him with messages meant for all of humanity. The first time Mary spoke to Padre Pio about the end times was in 1917, the very year of the Fatima apparitions. This was no accident. Mary had a plan. At Fatima, she revealed three secrets to the children. But at San Giovanni Rotondo, she revealed something different to Padre Pio, something complementary, almost as if Fatima was the public version, and what Padre Pio received was the complete version, the one the world wasn't yet ready to hear. On that night in 1917, Mary appeared to Padre Pio in his cell. She was clothed in white, as always, but her face was grave. Padre Pio later recounted that he had never seen her so serious. She told him, "My son, the world is entering a period of great trial. What you will witness in the coming years is only the beginning. Two great wars will come first, followed by an era of relative peace. But this peace will be deceitful. It will lull souls to sleep. And when they awaken, it will be almost too late." Think about that. In 1917, Mary was already foretelling to Padre Pio the two world wars and the ensuing era of peace. This relative peace, which we have largely experienced since 1945, with some local conflicts, of course, but no global war. Mary warned that this peace would lull souls to sleep. And look around you today. Churches are emptying. Faith is diminishing. People live as if God doesn't exist, and exactly as Mary predicted. But that was just the first warning. The most troubling was yet to come. Now you might be asking yourself, if all of this is true, why did the Virgin Mary entrust these revelations to Padre Pio rather than to the church authorities? That's exactly what Padre Pio asked Mary, and her response was troubling. She told him, "The church authorities are as susceptible to temptation as any other human being. Some will listen, many will not. Some will prefer the comfort of silence to the discomfort of the truth. You, my son, are a witness. You have no political power within the church. You only have your stigmata and your suffering. And that is why I entrust these things to you, because those who suffer with Christ are the most trustworthy." Padre Pio carried these revelations like a burden throughout his life. He couldn't say everything. The church had even forbidden him from speaking for several years. But he passed on what he could to those who came to see him, often indirectly, through spiritual guidance, warnings, prophetic words that only took on their full meaning years later. In 1960, Mary came to Padre Pio once again with a specific message regarding the third secret of Fatima. This secret was supposed to be revealed that year by Pope John XXIII, but it wasn't. The Pope read the secret and decided not to make it public. Mary said to Padre Pio, "The secret has not been revealed because the world isn't ready, but you know the truth. What I told the children of Fatima and what I have told you is the same thing. The difference is in the details." Padre Pio never revealed exactly what he knew about the third secret, but he did say to Brother Modestino, "What is written in that secret concerns the Church itself. The crisis will come from within, not from the outside." These words are particularly significant when we see the scandals that have rocked the Church in recent decades, the abuses, the cover-ups and the divisions, the conflicts between cardinals and bishops. Was all of this predicted? According to Padre Pio, yes, Mary had shown him that the Church would be purified by the fire of trial, but that before this purification, there would be a period of great suffering and confusion. But here's what's really important to understand. Mary didn't reveal these things to Padre Pio to scare us. She revealed them to prepare us. There's an enormous difference between the two. Padre Pio insisted on this point. He would say, "The Virgin Mary is a mother who warns her children is not a cruel mother. She's a loving mother. She tells us what is coming, not so that we despair more, but so that we prepare. Forewarned is forearmed." Someone who is spiritually prepared can weather any storm. And that's where Mary's revelations to Padre Pio become practical, because she didn't just announce the trials, she also gave precise instructions on how to prepare for them. The first instruction was the rosary. Mary said to Padre Pio, "In the difficult times to come, the rosary will be the most powerful weapon. Those who recite it faithfully will be protected, not with physical protection, but with spiritual protection. They will keep the faith when others lose it. They will see the truth when others are blinded. They will have peace when others are terrified." Padre Pio himself recited dozens of rosaries every day. He said it was his spiritual breathing. He advised everyone who came to see him to never abandon the rosary, no matter what. The second instruction concerned confession. Mary said, "In the end times, many will neglect confession. They will say it's not necessary, that God forgives directly, that the priest is just a useless intermediary. But I tell you the truth, sacramental confession is a fortress. Those who turn away from it expose themselves to the enemy." Padre Pio spent up to 16 hours a day in the confessional. He knew the importance of this sacrament. He said that regular confession was like an invisible shield that protected the soul from the attacks of the devil. The third instruction concerned the Eucharist. Mary said to Padre Pio, "A day will come when Mass will be rare, churches will be closed or empty, priests will be few. Those who have made it a habit to receive Jesus frequently will suffer greatly from this deprivation, but their ardent desire will be counted as spiritual communion. Prepare for this time by developing now a deep devotion to the Eucharist." Padre Pio celebrated Mass with extraordinary fervor. His Mass often lasted several hours because he entered into such a deep communion with Christ that he lost all sense of time. The fourth instruction was perhaps the most surprising. Mary spoke to Padre Pio about community. She said, "In difficult times, isolated Catholics will be the most vulnerable. Those who gather together, who pray together, who encourage one another, those will hold firm. Do not remain alone. Seek out other faithful souls. Form prayer groups. Help each other. The enemy always attacks the isolated sheep first." Padre Pio founded prayer groups that still exist today throughout the world. He knew that faith cannot survive in isolation. And now, I must reveal something that Padre Pio only told to a very few people, something concerning the specific role of France. In the events of the end times, Mary said to Padre Pio, "France is my eldest daughter. She has been consecrated to me since the most ancient times, but she has abandoned me. She has exiled God from her laws, from her schools, from her public life, and for this, she will suffer particularly in the times to come. But she will also be the first to rise again. From France will come a renewal. A small faithful remnant will preserve the flame. And when all seems lost, it is from France that the spiritual reconquest will begin. Padre Pio had a particular affection for France. He received many French pilgrims and often told them, "Your country has a special mission, do not forget it, even in the darkest moments. Remember that Mary never abandons her children." But there's an element of these prophecies that directly concerns our time, an element that Mary specifically linked to the years we are living through now. Mary said to Padre Pio, "When you see Israel gathered in its land, know that the countdown has begun. When you see the nations unite against Israel and against the Church, know that the end is approaching. When you see signs in the sky and catastrophes multiplying on the earth, know that the time is near." Israel was re-established in 1948. Padre Pio lived long enough to see this sign fulfilled. He knew what it meant. He said to Brother Modestino, "The countdown has begun. I will not see the end, but you perhaps, and certainly the generations to come." There's another disturbing element of the Virgin Mary's revelations to Padre Pio. She spoke of a specific period. She called the 3 days of darkness. This isn't some made-up story. This prophecy has existed in Catholic tradition for centuries, mentioned by many saints and mystics. But the Virgin Mary gave Padre Pio details that others had not received. She told him, "A time will come when the sun will darken, not like a regular eclipse. This will be different. The darkness will be so profound that no human light can pierce it. Only candles blessed by a priest can provide light. During these 3 days, no one should leave their house. No one should look out the window, because terrible things will happen outside. Demons will be released for a time. They will take horrible forms and seek to terrorize souls. Those who are afraid and go out will be lost, but those who remain in prayer as with their blessed candles and rosaries will be protected." Padre Pio took this prophecy very seriously. He advised the faithful to always have blessed candles at home in reserve. He said, "Have your candles blessed each year on Candlemas. Keep them preciously. You don't know when you'll need them." It was practical advice based on what the Virgin Mary had revealed to him. But the Virgin Mary also gave Padre Pio a message of hope concerning what would come after the darkness. She told him, "After these 3 days, the world will be transformed. Those who have survived will be few in number, but their faith will be pure. The earth will be purified. The Church will be renewed. A time of peace and spiritual prosperity will come, such as the world has never known since the apostolic times. This will be the triumph of my Immaculate Heart, which I promised at Fatima." Padre Pio often wept when he spoke of this period of tribulation, but he also wept with joy when he spoke of what would come next. He said, "Don't just look at the darkness that is coming. Look at the light that will follow. It is for this light that we are going through the darkness. It is for this victory that we endure the battle." Another aspect of the revelations that Padre Pio received concerned the role of certain souls in these difficult times. The Virgin Mary told him, "I have prepared special souls for these times, hidden souls, unknown to the world, but powerful in prayer. These souls will be like beacons in the storm. They will guide others to the harbor. Some of them are already born. Others will be born in the years to come. You will not know them all, but you will train some of them." Padre Pio did train spiritual disciples throughout his life, men and women, whom he personally guided, in the ways of prayer and mysticism. Some became famous, others remained unknown, but all received from him this mission, to prepare others for difficult times and to keep the flame of faith alive. There is also a prophecy concerning the Pope that the Virgin Mary entrusted to Padre Pio. She told him, "In the last days, the Pope will be persecuted, as never before, not only from the outside, but from the inside. Cardinals will rise up against him, Bishops will betray him. He will be like Christ in the Garden of Gethsemane, abandoned by his own apostles. But he will remain faithful, and his faithfulness will be his crown. This prophecy has taken on new meaning for many Catholics in recent years. The divisions within the Church, the public criticisms against the popes, the conflicts between different factions, all this seems to correspond to what the Virgin Mary had announced. Padre Pio had also received messages concerning young people. The Virgin Mary told him, "The youth of the last days will be particularly attacked. The enemy knows that if he captures the youth, he captures the future. He will corrupt them through technology, through impure images, through lies about love and family. Many will be lost, but there will also be, among the young, extraordinary saints, souls who will resist all temptations, and who will shine like stars in the night. Pray for the youth, train them, do not abandon them." When Padre Pio saw young people coming to confession, he was often particularly attentive. He knew the battles they were fighting, he knew the traps that awaited them, and he gave them specific advice where to survive spiritually in a world increasingly hostile to the faith. Now, I must reveal something extremely important to you, something that the Virgin Mary said specifically to Padre Pio concerning our generation. The Virgin Mary told him, "The generation that sees all these signs will be the decisive generation. It is they who will experience the passage from darkness to light. It is they who will have to make the final choice, with God or against God. There will be no middle ground. Those who try to remain neutral will be swept away. Only those who clearly choose God will be saved." Padre Pio often commented on this saying of the Virgin Mary. He said, "The time of lukewarmness is over. Revelation speaks of those who are neither hot nor cold. God will vomit them out of his mouth. In the times to come, you will have to be totally for God or totally against. It's a radical choice, but it's the only choice that matters." This radicality frightens many people. We live in a world that values compromise, nuance, the middle ground. But the Virgin Mary warned Padre Pio that in the last days, these compromises would no longer be possible. The devil will force everyone to choose their side, and those who have not clearly chosen God will find themselves, sometimes unwillingly, in the opposing camp. There is also a specific message that the Virgin Mary gave to Padre Pio concerning prayer in the last days. She told him, "When the churches are closed, when priests are scarce, and when Mass is difficult to find, my children must remember that personal prayer has immense power. A rosary recited in the solitude of a home can be as powerful as a Mass in a cathedral. It's not the place that matters, it's the heart." Padre Pio often repeated this message. He said, "Never despair if you cannot go to church. Your home can become a church. Your heart can become an altar." But Mary also spoke to Padre Pio about a specific danger in the end times, false spirituality. She told him, "In the end times, many will seek the spiritual but reject God. They will turn to Eastern practices, to spiritualism, to false healings. They'll think they're finding peace, but they'll find only emptiness, and even worse, they will unknowingly open doors to the forces of darkness. Warn my children, the only true spirituality is that which comes through my Son, Jesus Christ." Padre Pio often saw people who had fallen into these traps, people who had practiced yoga, transcendental meditation, or who had consulted with mediums. He saw the spiritual effects of these practices on their souls, and he warned them severely. He said, "These things seem harmless, but they are doors. And once a door is opened, it's very difficult to close it again." Mary also entrusted Padre Pio with a message regarding the role of the family in the end times. She told him, "The family will be the ultimate stronghold. When everything crumbles around you, the family, united in faith, will stand firm. That's why the enemy attacks the family with such ferocity. If he can destroy the family, he can destroy everything else. Protect your families. Pray together. Keep the faith alive in your homes. Padre Pio had a particular devotion to the Holy Family. He saw in Jesus, Mary, and Joseph the perfect model of what every Christian family should be. He advised fathers to take their role seriously. He told them, "You are the priest of your house. It's up to you to guide your family in prayer. Do not delegate this responsibility. If you don't guide your family toward God, who will?" Now I want to tell you about an aspect of Mary's revelations that is particularly encouraging. Mary said to Padre Pio, "In the darkest times, I will be more present than ever. My apparitions will increase. My signs will be numerous. Those who call upon me will always find me ready to help them. I am the mother of the Church, and I will never abandon my children. Even when all seems lost, lift your eyes to me. I will be there." This promise was very dear to Padre Pio. He said, "Mary is our hope. In the most difficult moments of my life, when the demons attacked me, when the Church persecuted me, when my body suffered from the stigmata, it was to Mary that I turned, and she never abandoned me. She won't abandon you either." Padre Pio also received revelations about what he called the victim souls. Mary told him, "In the end times, certain souls will be called to suffer in a particular way. They will offer their sufferings for the salvation of others. These victim souls will be few in number, but their role will be crucial. Their sufferings, united with those of my Son, will redeem many souls who would otherwise be lost." Padre Pio himself was one of these victim souls. His stigmata, his constant suffering, his battles against demons, all of this was offered for the salvation of others. He accepted this mission with courage. He said, "If my suffering can save even one soul, it is worth it." There's also an element of Mary's revelations that I haven't yet mentioned. It is perhaps the most mysterious of all. Mary spoke to Padre Pio about an event she called the warning. She told him, "Before the time of the Great Tribulation, there will be a moment when every human soul on earth will see the state of its soul as God sees it. It will be like an anticipated judgment. Everyone will see their sins, their virtues, everything. For some, it will be a grace of conversion. For others, it will be such a terrible shock that they will die from it. But no one will be able to say that they didn't have a chance to repent." Padre Pio described this event with a certain awe. He said, "This moment will be terrible and wonderful at the same time. Terrible for those who live in sin without realizing it. Wonderful for those who sincerely seek God but sometimes doubt their salvation. In an instant, all will know exactly where they stand with God." This prophecy also exists in other Marian apparitions, notably in Garabandal, Spain. But what Mary told Padre Pio contained additional details. She told him when this warning would come, but Padre Pio never revealed this date. He simply said, "It's closer than people think. Prepare your souls now. Don't put it off until tomorrow." Mary also spoke to Padre Pio about what she called the great miracle. She told him, "After the warning, there will be a time of choice. Souls will have to decide whether or not to convert. Then will come a great miracle visible to the whole world. This miracle will take place in a specific location. Those who see it will be healed in their bodies and in their souls, and a permanent sign will remain for future generations." Padre Pio almost never spoke about this miracle, but when he was asked if it would happen in his lifetime, he replied, "No, but those who live today might see it." Some interpreters of his words think he was talking about our generation. There is also a revelation concerning what will happen after the miracle, if people do not convert. Mary said to Padre Pio, "If, after the warning and the miracle, humanity still refuses to convert, then will come the chastisement. It will be a purification by fire. Not necessarily a physical fire, but a fire of tribulation that will consume everything that is not of God. Only those who have chosen God will survive this purification." Padre Pio commented on these prophecies with a mixture of sadness and hope. He said, "God doesn't want to punish, He wants to save. That's why He sends all these warnings and all these graces, all these opportunities for conversion. The chastisement will only happen if we refuse all other options, and even then, it will be an act of love, not anger. God purifies what he loves. Mary also entrusted Padre Pio with messages regarding specific countries and their destiny in the events of the end times. She spoke to him about America, which she called the nation that could have been holy. She said, "America has been blessed more than many other nations, but she has squandered these blessings. She has exported sin throughout the world. She will have to answer for this. But there are still faithful souls in America, prayerful souls, intercessors. For them, I will hold back the arm of my son as long as possible." Padre Pio received many American pilgrims. He treated them with a mixture of affection and severity. He would often say to them, "Your nation has a mission, but it has gone astray. Pray for your country. Do penance for its sins. You can still change the course of events." Mary also spoke of Russia to Padre Pio, echoing what she had said at Fatima. She said, "Russia is the instrument of my victory, or my temporary defeat. If it is consecrated to my Immaculate Heart as I have asked, it will become an instrument of grace. Otherwise, it will continue to spread its errors throughout the world." Padre Pio awaited this consecration anxiously. When asked if it had been done correctly, he would reply, "Not yet," in the way that Mary has asked. But pray, everything can still change. These revelations about nations show that Mary sees history on a scale that we cannot imagine. She sees the past, the present, and the future. She sees the choices of mankind and their consequences, and she intervenes constantly to guide, warn, and protect. Padre Pio said, "Mary is the queen of time and history. Nothing escapes her gaze, and she does everything she can to save her children. You know. At this very moment as you listen to these words, something is happening within you. You are not here by chance. These revelations from Mary to Padre Pio are meant for you. Perhaps you felt a chill hearing certain passages. Perhaps you had an intuition that these times are approaching. This is not your imagination. It is the Holy Spirit speaking to you. It is Mary calling you. Padre Pio said, "Those who are destined to understand will understand. The others will pass by without even realizing it. If you have understood what I am telling you, it is because you have been chosen to understand. And with that understanding comes a responsibility. What is that responsibility? First, prepare yourself. Then, help those you love to prepare. Not by sowing panic, not by causing fear, but by sharing the truth with love, by setting an example of a life of prayer, by being ready to answer when you are asked why you have peace. While the world is in turmoil, if what you have learned today has touched your heart, if you feel that these revelations from Mary and Padre Pio can transform lives, then you have the opportunity to be part of this mission. The Super Thanks button below this video is not just a button. It's a way of saying, yes, I want these truths to continue to spread. I want other souls to be prepared for the times that are coming. Padre Pio said that every soul saved is an eternal victory by supporting this mission. You participate in that victory. Now, to conclude, I want to give you a practical summary of what you need to remember from these revelations. Firstly, the difficult times that Mary announced to Padre Pio have arrived or are arriving. The signs are there. The widespread apostasy, the confusion in the church, the soft persecution, the great deception. All of this is unfolding before our eyes. Secondly, Mary has given us weapons to get through these times: the Rosary, confession, the Eucharist, community, family life united in faith. These are not options. They are necessities. Thirdly, the outcome is certain. Mary will triumph. Her Immaculate Heart will triumph. After the darkness will come the light. After the trial will come peace. It's not a question of if, but of when. Fourthly, your role is to choose your side clearly. No compromise, no lukewarmness. Either you are with God, or you are not with Him. This choice will determine your eternity. Fifthly, do not be afraid. Mary said to Padre Pio, "In the darkest times, I will be more present than ever. She is with us. She will not abandon us. And with her, we cannot lose." I'm going to finish with the last words that Padre Pio spoke regarding these revelations. A few days before his death, in September 1968, he said to Brother Modestino, "I have carried these secrets throughout my life. They have been both a burden and a grace. Now, I am going to Mary. I am going to my Jesus. And from where I will be, I will continue to pray for those who still have to go through what is coming. Never lose hope. Mary is watching. Jesus is returning. And the victory is certain." Padre Pio died on September 23, 1968, the day after the Feast of the Immaculate Conception in some calendars. This was not a coincidence. He went to the one he had served all his life, to the one who had entrusted him with these secrets, to the one who continues to watch over us all. May the blessing of Mary Immaculate be upon you. May the protection of Padre Pio accompany you. And may these revelations prepare you for what is coming, not with fear, but with faith, hope, and love. I'll see you soon for more revelations of Padre Pio. Stay in prayer, stay close to Mary, and always remember, even in the deepest darkness, the light of Christ cannot be extinguished. Among all these prophecies of Mary to Padre Pio, which one struck you the most? The one about the 3 days of darkness? The one about the triumph of the Immaculate Heart? Or perhaps the one about the role of France? Write it in the comments. And if you have already had a spiritual experience related to these times that we are living in, share it. Your testimony might be exactly what someone else needs to awaken.